Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley Showcase, a brand I have barely showcased on video. It's time to do it. This is BBR 164, and I felt with the release of one of their first Ferraris in 164, this would be a perfect time to kind of run the entire gamut so far. Now, you know BBR. Well, you might. Well, okay, there's two connections. One is if you're into miniature diecast, not necessarily 164, you are very familiar with BBR, I would think. BBR is an Italian brand doing replicas of cars, mainly of Italian cars, in particular Ferrari, and they are known for their 118, 124, I think maybe 143 scale Ferraris. Very, very high quality. And so for people in that range that collect those kind of cars, they're very familiar with BBR. BBR has not been in the 164 world, but decided to venture in. And here's the other connection. They said, we need someone to work with us on 164 who knows that world better. And so guess where they went? They went to Mini GT, TSM model. Glenn Chow and the crew over there with TSM, who does larger scale too, but Mini GT is their 164 brand. And Mini GT takes the BBR designs, is taking the BBR designs, and then produce them themselves under the BBR name as a 164, very high quality 164 scale models. That is the connection. So sometimes when I get Mini GT models to showcase, I will get BBR as well. They, I don't know if it's all worked under license with, I mean, I don't know if it mentions all of that information here, but ultimately Mini GT is working with Braga. One of the cool things that that Glenn told me as I was talking to him about BBR is that, you know, they have ventured into 164 and done very, very well, obviously, with Mini GT. There's a lot of big fans of that brand, including me. But he's like, the collaborative nature of this, you know, they're helping BBR in the 164 world with distribution, with knowledge on the castings, what collectors like. BBR's bringing in their knowledge of design, scale, all that kind of stuff, kind of the kind of details they want. Add to that, you know, Mini GT's working with Kaido House and June's perspective, and Glenn talks about the collaborative nature of this and how everybody grows, everybody learns, and I think that's fantastic. So enough talk about that. Let's get to the models. I'm going to do the Ferrari last, so I'm going to put that off to the side, and we'll work through some of these. We'll start with the Maseratis, the MC20, then we'll go to the Alfa Romeo, and then of course the Ferrari. A lot more of these are coming out. I will showcase them as we go, and a lot of other people have as well. These are a little more expensive than Mini GT, not you know, maybe by $3, $4, $5, something like that. Not crazy, but we'll work through these details. This is what the packaging looks like. You got a little bit of a ghost logo here, BBR. You got the art on here. It's very different. Well, I mean, it's just very different packaging than maybe what we're used to. Here's that information. I showed this car. I know I dropped one once. I think I was doing like a live. And I brought out some the BBRs. I was opening Mini GTs and I think it might have been this one, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I did drop that one. I think that's where I did it. It dropped it right on the concrete, and it didn't take as much damage as I thought it would. Here's the base, made in China. I think part of the Mini GT factory, right? And then here are the details. So I'll show them up close, and then we'll put them on the turntable. Maybe you know, black is a hard one, so let's just put this one on the turntable. But you can see some of the details. Well, let's see. We'll just get to it as we go. Wheels are obviously done based on the model themselves. You've got a really nice, you know, realistic replica. You've got certain carbon fiber elements to this. In fact, I will break away off of the turntable, and I'll show you even that carbon fiber element. If I can do it, you can see the reflection here. And it's probably hard on the black. You can see my camera and my phone there, but there is it's kind of hard to do. There we go. Carbon fiber element even on the interior with this, and that's a couple of those step ups that are kind of cool here. So I'm going to put this one. You know, I pulled out the black car, and that may not have been like the best way to kind of show off these castings, but we'll kind of put this over here. We'll talk about, let's do this white one too. This is one I opened a while ago as well. We've got a few MC12s. There we go. I like the packaging here. I like how the car is displayed. All right, in white you can see a few more details. There's the carbon fiber interior. there on the dashboard. I think there's even again, with the black interior, it's hard to tell, but there is actually a two-tone, looks like a blue seat in there. This kind of frost color on the white is really nice. Wheels are great. I'll show you. They roll quite well, too. I would say they roll very similar to a Mini GT, but you know, the quality, you can tell there's some detailing in the engine too. You might want to see there. I think you can probably see some of those details too. Better seeing them up close, right? But on the turntable, I think they look really, really good. The carbon fiber elements are really nice because you can even feel them when you're touching. It's not just kind of a tampo print. It's actually done so you can actually kind of feel that carbon fiber element to the car as well. That's the white. You can buy these, I think, anywhere you buy Mini GT. A lot of the same dealers that sell Mini GT will sell these as well. But you can just also look up BBR. Here it is in kind of a candied red. Really pretty. All the details are the same. These are just done in different colors, obviously. The same thing, same wheels, same silhouette, but you've got that nice stance to these, which is just... it's kind of interesting, and maybe we kind of plant this in our own brains, but like made with Mini GT's influence, but this is a BBR design, and there is kind of a different vibe to these. You know, I mean, Italian cars have such a sleek look to them too, that it's hard to get past that too, but I mean, not get past it, but to kind of like understand, I think, you know, with Italian car, they just have a certain vibe to them. I'm just going to keep on saying, all right, here's yellow. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, it's an Italian company, scale company. Just do Italian cars. I won't complain at all. Here's yellow. Ooh, the yellow's nice. Maserati badge even has, look at, do you notice, I'll put it right up close. Do you notice that it's not just like a little tampo print. Like there's some actual texture to that badge. That's amazing. This is 164. There's so much high quality. Well, we'll get to the licensing here too, but you know, I root for the brands. There's a lot of interesting diecast out there. I'm only interested in the brands that do it right, meaning correct licensing. You know, it's and I only say that because when you see something like this with this kind of high quality, you just know that all of this is done. You know, BBR has obviously these relationships with the Italian car companies, which is fantastic. Let's do the Maserati here, the MC12. But I think I've shown this one in a short. When they do it all properly and you can get this kind of quality, totally licensed, so approved by the company, you just know everything is done right. It just adds more to the joy of having a replica of these legendary cars. Obviously the MC12 is iconic, and especially in this blue and white. You know, look at the wheel. Look at the way the wheel rolls. Put it on the turntable now so you can get it. Well, again, I'll actually show the same thing. There's carbon fiber on the interior on this too. Tons of detail that you can barely see, right? But you just kind of get the element from it when you look at it. What a crazy car. The length of this car. That spoiler that sits wide. Mirrors are done really well. Kind of a stunner. And I opened this one, but I didn't open the other one. So I'll, let's see, put this right here. This one looks to be in black with maybe Italian colors on it. It is really cool what's coming out of the Mini GT family and the diversity of these. You know, the Mini GT, it can go in a lot of different directions, but, you know, really hitting the race cars hard. The GTP, GT racers, all that stuff. Kaido House is its own thing, of course, and but now you're getting these Italian. It's just like an Italy show and tell with these cars. Look at that stripe on the spoiler and the top. That's a stun. Let's put that on the turntable. So I'm familiar with the MC12, of course, but were these kind of the stock colors? There was the blue and the white, and then this dark blue version with it looks like the Italian flag, doesn't it? To me, it does. I mean, that's really cool. Might even like this one better than the than the stock blue and white. Notice it didn't notice it had the MC12 on that one, not on that one, on the headlight. And then look at this race car. This will probably be the one I like best. I've really kind of gotten I'm starting to learn history of some of these cars, but just the cars with these racing details and stuff really just kind of do it for me. Look at okay, yeah, I like this one the best. Side mirrors are different on this one, which is cool, versus on the race car. Obviously the spoiler is different as well versus the factory MC12. I mean, it's really nice. I think the racing car is even more interesting than the stock car, because that is an absolute stunner of a car. I just love the race cars. So, all right, let's do Alfa Romeo. Giulia GTA in green. I believe there's a red version too. I don't know if I have it. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, but we'll just do the green, and then the one I really like is down below. We'll open that one up in a second. Then we'll get to the Ferrari. Here is that official product, Alfa Romeo, nice and licensed, of course. Ooh, that's a color. That's a nice color. Look at the grill on that. Look how cool that is. Again, just such detail. Carbon fiber trim on the wheels in the back there with the GTA. That looks amazing. Carbon fiber spoiler. We'll put it on the turntable so you can see it. Wheels are fantastic. Metal chassis, in case you're asking. Carbon fiber mirrors. The interiors are quite incredible too. They're really hard to pick up. Here, I can show there a little bit. There might even be the Alfa Romeo emblem on the steering wheel. That's a beautiful, beautiful green color. Really dig that one. Put this one in the back. Like so. But look at this one. Again, racing cars just are fantastic. Oh yeah. As much as I like that green one, this is the car for me. Look at that. Look at the trim. That front nose, very Alfa Romeo in white. Some design around the grille. Number 99. This thing's so cool. That spoiler. Wow. Black rims on this one. I think that's the same as the other one too. And you even get, I don't know if you can see it, but you even get the Alfa Romeo emblem on the wheels. These really are amazing. I'm looking. There's some sort of trim on the dashboard too. There's something on the dashboard. I can't really see it. Like some sort of tampo print on it, and I can't really tell what it is, but it's there. I would imagine if you looked at the real car, you'd see what it is. Some writing. It might just say Giulia or something. But that is there as well. All right. There we are with the BBR that I have. Mostly Maserati, Alfa Romeo, but here's the whole reason. How does this work? Because there's been a lot of talk about the Ferrari license. BBR has the license with Ferrari for the larger scale. They have to go through Barago to get the 1/64 scale. Barago holds the license. That's what Tomica Limited Vintage does. Ferrari's very interesting. Kind of has a philosophy that They like to do toy-like cars for the smaller cars. They like to go to toy-like brands like Barago and license with them to basically introduce kids to Ferrari and kind of build that foundation. And then as those kids get older, they want brands like BBR to do high quality die-cast and replicas for those adults that have turned into Ferrari connoisseurs. They don't want to kind of do the middle ground. Isn't that kind of interesting? That's kind of the common knowledge with how Ferrari likes to do things. That lends to a lot of questions about licensing and things. But BBR does work through Barago right now, and to get this license for Ferrari, and all is kosher, and that's why we get this Ferrari, the Ferrari 296 GTB. So there's going to be more coming. I think there's a blue one, but this one with the yellow trim is pretty cool. And you know, one way or the other, as long as they're licensed, as long as they're appropriately licensed, I'm all in for Ferrari, right? And I would love to see more brands do Ferraris. I would love to see Mini GT capture Ferrari, but they kind of are right now with this. Look at this thing. Love the yellow striping up the front. Love the trim in the back. Carbon fiber details. The mirrors. I'll show you the mirrors before we go on the turntable. Check out how the mirrors... You know, Ferrari loves having those unique mirrors, so look at that thing. And Mini GT and BBR have really done a nice job of replicating those mirrors. They even have that reflective part on the other side. What a cool model. Let's put it on the turntable. Even as I'm looking at it on the turntable, you can see there's elements like in the engine. I'll get that to it after it goes through on the turntable a little bit. Elements in the engine, in the interior. There's like a trim in the interior on the dashboard, which looks so good. This is a beautiful, beautiful model. I'll show you that. Look at that. Notice that red trim there on the dashboard. Look at the engine. I don't know if the engine really shows up, but there's several colors in there too. That is a stunner. All right, it's not a ton of cars. I mean, and that's kind of a good thing here, I think, with what we're looking at with these BBR. You don't want... I mean, these are running about $20 a pop, I think. Totally worth it. And considering you're going to get Ferraris, hopefully we get some Ferrari race cars. I think we are. I think an F1's going to drop soon. This is so cool to see these all together. You guys tell me what you think. Thank you to the Mini GT for sending these. Thanks for Glenn for talking to me about these. I think this is a really cool, kind of very nice, tight-knit brand that we 164 collectors can get some nice cars out of. You guys so much think. Thanks, everybody. Bye.